Intel shares climbed after first quarter results showed stronger revenue, better margins, and momentum in data center and AI infrastructure. The Intel INTC stock angle matters because the after-hours jump was tied to real segment growth, not only enthusiasm around AI. The tension is whether AI chip demand turns into a durable change or simply a sharp data point. That is why the first read should stay close to the confirmed numbers: 13.6B revenue, 5.1B AI unit, and the immediate checkpoint around 13.8B to 14.8B guide. For a market structure story, the useful readout is how capital, liquidity, rates, or risk appetite changes after the first move. The reason to keep watching is that the next checkpoint can change the meaning of the first move. The useful baseline is that the company reported $13.6 billion in revenue, up 7% year over year, with data center and AI revenue at $5.1 billion. The key baseline details are 39.4% margin and 1.5B non-GAAP, which give the story scale without requiring speculation. This scene grounds the viewer before the mechanism takes over. If the baseline changes, the rest of the story changes with it, because the consequence depends on whether those confirmed details keep holding. The most important baseline split is between what is already visible and what still needs confirmation from the next public signal. That scope keeps the segment focused on the mechanism that actually changes outcomes. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The mechanism is straightforward. The rally rests on whether AI workloads, Xeon demand, and operational execution can turn revenue growth into durable profit expansion. That is the working engine behind Intel INTC stock, and it explains why the event cannot be read only as a surface move. In this case, the mechanism connects 13.6B revenue with 13.8B to 14.8B guide. When that connection weakens, the story becomes less about the initial number and more about whether the system, market, or policy process can absorb stress. That mechanism is the reason a viewer should watch process quality, not just the largest number in the story. The affected side is for tech and crypto-adjacent markets. The readout matters because AI infrastructure demand can shape semiconductor capital flows. For viewers, the useful question is who actually has to react: users, traders, issuers, regulators, operators, or institutions. Here, Intel sits at the center of that reaction, while Intel shapes the next practical step. The consequence is strongest where the event changes access, trust, liquidity, compliance planning, or the cost of making a decision. That makes the impact measurable through behavior, not through hype around the topic. The open question is: GAAP losses tied to restructuring leave a gap between the stock reaction and the durability of the operational recovery. That limit matters because the confirmed facts do not automatically prove the most aggressive interpretation. The safer split is to treat 5.1B AI unit as established context, while leaving the unresolved part open until a stronger signal appears. That keeps the story useful without turning a partial data point into a conclusion. The open point should remain separate from the confirmed facts until a filing, market move, patch, data release, or official action closes the gap. If later evidence changes the read, the story should adjust around that evidence. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The clean checkpoint is the next signal is whether second quarter guidance between $13.8 and $14.8 billion holds against margin pressure. For Intel INTC stock, that is the point where the story either gains confirmation or stays stuck as an unresolved market, policy, security, or adoption question. The practical readout is to follow 13.8B to 14.8B guide alongside the supporting details: 0.29 EPS and 13.6B revenue. If that next signal arrives, the story moves. If it does not, the only confirmed position is the one already visible in the evidence. The viewer should leave with one concrete checkpoint, not a prediction about where the market or policy process must go.